Hey, how's it going? It's gonna be a video I'm gonna try to make around 5 minutes. It might be around 5 to 10, but what I want to do is just give an overall breakdown, a good 360 degrees of what's going on here on Earth. I'm gonna go into a lot of these areas more in detail, but I'm just gonna kind of say what's up, what I've figured out for 3.5 years of some serious internal work, asking tens of thousands of questions, and getting a lot of answers. And a lot of answers through experience. A lot of it comes first through insight. So I seem to learn the theory first, and then I gotta go out there and experience it. So let's talk. So why don't we start off with raw foods? That seems to be the diet that humans are supposed to be on. I know that's already a big one out there, like, oh, you need meat for protein, you need meat for energy or whatever. You don't. I've experienced some brutal digestive difficulties, and my body started purging, I started puking, and just couldn't eat a lot of things. And the wheat, how it is right now, is garbage. The milk is garbage. It's pasteurized, and it comes from these animals that are treated like shit. It's garbage. The meat is garbage. At times we were eating meat as the human species, but we don't need it anymore. We clearly don't need meat to survive. And if you are going to get meat, make sure you know where you're getting it from, so you're getting quality meat where the animals are treated well. Animals are just the same as humans, so we want to make sure that they're treated well. Also, it is what you're putting into your body, so even if you don't think animals should be treated like humans or anywhere close, well, you should also consider the fact of what you're putting into your body. You're putting in an animal who's eaten shitty food. So, okay, put two and two together. If this animal's eaten shitty food and it's been treated shittily, how do you think that's going to adapt and assimilate into your body? You're going to assimilate that stuff, that same stuff. So, so the raw diet has a lot to do with this, because when we're not eating those other things are bogging us down. So basically, when we eat more of a raw plant-based diet, like fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds and whatnot, we start to digest things better, and we start to clear out the other stuff, like a lot of the gluten, a lot of the accumulated shit, basically, from eating milk products and animals and processed sugar and chemicals and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that alone, if you change your diet, that will initiate a spiritual experience. Now, this means you would also need to be and understand that there is going to be emotional processing that's going to occur. If you ran from emotions a lot in your life, then you are going to be full front, face-to-face with them. So you already want to be developing and learning how to process emotions in the best way for yourself. Exercise is great for that, physical exercise. Having friends that you feel completely comfortable, that are non-judgmental, that you can talk to. And just to take time for yourself, understanding that this too will pass, understanding that, just because you're in one emotional state doesn't mean you're going to stay there, and we just need to allow it to process. We don't want to keep shoving more food in, and we don't want to just keep ignoring the experience, because until we really feel it out, it's going to stay there. That's just how it works, because emotions it's energy in motion. Emotion is what is usually deeper feelings that we felt from experiences, and some experiences we weren't able to digest it, or we didn't completely feel the experience. Maybe it was stressful and it was very hurtful, so we started eating right away, or we started distracting ourselves through work or a certain project or something like that. These emotions need to be processed in order for us to be more present and more in our natural state of peace and harmony. And also, it's going to make us more sensitive. So we're going to feel more. It may seem at first like we are getting more emotional, but in reality, this is our experience. We're here to feel, and we are sensitive beings. So that ends up forming compassion, because when we're feeling everything that we experience, we start to see that, oh, okay, well, that doesn't feel very good. So I don't want to do that to somebody else. I don't want to make somebody feel that way and then go have to hide it. And maybe they'll act like I have, or like you have, that oh, it really wasn't that bad, or or that person saying this thing or doing that thing, maybe just not being there or being wicked late or whatever. All these things, they're annoying, and it's good to express how we feel about that. It's good to let other people know how we're feeling. So if we're repressing how we're feeling, we can't let other people know how we want to be treated, and then we're going to continue to feel that way more and more and more, and then we might blame other people, when in reality we can take control and just, tell people what's up, tell people how we're really feeling. But if we don't know how to engage with our feelings, and we don't understand that we should process emotions and everything that we feel is correct, it's maybe how we label or judge the feeling might not be exactly right, but every feeling is valid. Everything you feel, every emotion, they're all valid. Emotions are an indication of something. So when we're feeling something deeply, we should not hide it ever. And I've done that many times, so I know, I'm not trying to say, it's an easy thing to do at first and whatnot, because, you might process some emotions and other ones might even be deeper and more intense, or maybe you have a lot going on and you just don't feel like you have the time or whatever. Well, we got to make the time, and I understand, it's fucking difficult sometimes, and it's difficult at first, but it doesn't have to be, because it will pass, and it's going to actually make our life easier. So it's a bit of a paradox. It's like, it's hard, but it's going to make things easier. So what, do I want to take the easy way now and just make things keep continuing to be hard, or do I want to take the hard way now and make things easier and make my life better? So, it's dealing with fears now. It's dealing with the fears now. It's, what the fuck are we waiting for? What, do we want to keep having a shitty life and be like, okay, no, I'm too scared to do this, I'm just going to put it off and put it off till when? Every moment is now. Every moment is occurring right now. So why are you putting it off? What are you putting it off for? What, when you're more ready for it? There's no more moment that you're ready for anything that you're experiencing than now. There's nothing in your experience that is occurring right now that you can't handle, that you can't deal with. You can, and you will, if you want to. If you really want to, you will do it. When there is a will, you will find a way. Just stop thinking about all of the outcomes and just allow things to occur naturally. Just allow. Stop worrying about, this will happen, that will happen. I've done that too much, and sometimes when we're just experiencing something emotionally, we just let everything go. We don't project the future. We don't even try to think about what we should do. We just allow it to be, and if any other thoughts are coming up that try to take us away from it, well, then we will just observe those thoughts as we are observing the emotion, and they will pass as well. Okay, let's go on to another thing here. States of being. Conscious states of being. You've probably experienced ecstatic states in your life. You've experienced states of peace and harmony and whatnot. We can use breathing practices, and we can meditate, or just do anything that really helps relax us without harming our body. And you know what things are truly harming you. Things that maybe just feel good temporarily. There's tons of them. Whacking off, eating, playing video games, smoking weed, any drugs, cigarettes. These are all just temporary releases. They don't actually fix the situation. Whatever the stress or the emotion or anything like that, it's still there. You still have to deal with it. So if you are still trying to get rid of those things, well, then maybe if you really do feel like, okay, I absolutely have to do it, and I don't want to fully commit, well, then do it, but then start working on the solutions after that. Like, say you're worried about getting a job or something like that. Okay, well, you smoke the cigarette, and then you're gonna do all the work. You're gonna look for that job, and if the stress comes up again, you got to realize that if you're feeling stressful, if you're worried or whatnot, that means you're not going in the right direction. So you want to choose. So say if it's to do with a job, you want to start thinking about a job that you would enjoy. You want to start thinking about a job that you would really want to be at. Until it feels right internally, it's not right. And only you know it's right. Nobody can tell you what's right or wrong, but until it feels right inside, like whatever it is that you are, say, imagining or planning to do next, until it feels right, don't stop, because otherwise you're going to be feeling that discord in whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, we're at 9:35. I didn't get into everything I wanted to get into, so I'll wait for it to do it in the next video, but I want to let you know that these things are the truth, and the things that you deeply and strongly know are the truth, they are the truth. Just because the impact of it might not happen immediately, it might feel like, a little bit better what you're doing, but you may not see a big difference. But it's like everything in life. It takes practice, and it takes doing it over and over again. Just like if you eat a brownie every day, you're going to end up gaining some weight. If you don't eat that brownie and say you ate a salad instead every day, well, then you're going to start to feel the benefits of that salad. Your body composition is going to change. Instead of gaining weight, you might actually process food better. Your skin might end up looking better. You might digest better. You might have better bowel movements. You might feel better internally, just inside. You might feel lighter and whatnot. See, these are the changes, and not everything, especially changes like dealing with emotions and stuff like that, you can't always see it physically. You will start to notice physical changes after a while because of the fact that you're happier and you're not allowing certain negative energy to sit around inside you and whatnot. So, you will notice the benefits. You just gotta believe. You just gotta have some faith, and you gotta take a leap, and you got to say, okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this for a bit. I'm going to do this until I start to see the changes, because you're not going to stick with it unless you really see the experiential changes. At first, it's just simply pure faith and trust that, okay, there's people talking about this, they seem genuine. I'm not doing this for any money. I'm doing this because I got really fucking sick, and I don't want to have to see other people get in the situation that I did, because it's taken a lot of strength to get out of it, and it still takes me a lot of strength every day that I have to muster up to live a life that's genuine, and to live a life that's healthy for myself, because I have a very restricted diet. I had to be very aware of my emotions and thoughts and everything to live a conscious life, because I developed such poor habits for long periods of time that if I allow that autopilot system that was running before, that was less conscious, well, then it's going to start to run me into a gutter, and I don't want to do that to myself. So I got to do what I got to do every day, which is a good diet, fitness, meditation, having fun, being with friends, being around people that are awesome, that are like-minded, that are loving, etc., etc., etc. Okay, this video is done, and I just want to say I love you, and that you are worth making every little last change for yourself. You are worth everything that you feel worthy of, and even the things that you don't feel worthy of. Put yourself in a place where you feel worthy of having them, and if you can't really get there at first, well, then just imagine the idea. Imagine the idea of yourself in a healthy state. Imagine the idea of you loving yourself and loving others and giving. Like, just imagine yourself in that state, being in that state. That is as you are. You've been in those states before in your life. You've at least felt that way for certain periods of time. You can choose to be in that state for longer periods of time, and when there's blocks that come up, be aware of them and understand that it too will pass. Be consciously aware, feel it out, and all the answers are going to develop internally inside you. Much love. Peace.